Okay, so what we want to do here is we're starting to work with some algebraic expressions, okay? So let's look first at this problem here. We're going to be doing the homework assignment number 6. So number 6 shows that we have 2 pluses and then 6 minuses, okay? All of these are in parentheses, plus quantity is another word we can use for parentheses. Quantity plus, 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 plus. So we have 1 plus, and then we have 5 more pluses. So we'll add those together, okay? So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to kind of add these together, okay? One way you can look at this is maybe a plus equals a positive 1, and this negative equals a negative 1. That's one way of looking at it. But either way, the way you got to look at it is if you have a positive and a negative and you add those together, what happens? If you have a positive 1 and a negative 1, so a plus and a minus, and you add those together, what happens? Well, they cancel each other out, don't they? If you have a positive 1 and a negative 1, that just kind of cancels each other out. And then we've got this other plus and minus. So those kind of cancel each other out. And then all we're left with here is 4 negatives. So I'm rewriting those down below, okay? And I'm not putting the parentheses in because now that we've done all the math inside the parentheses, we can get rid of those, okay? Now I'm going to bring down this plus sign and write plus, okay? And now we're going to focus on this, okay? So I've got this plus. I'm going to add them to these pluses. So that gives me 6 pluses. Plus, 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 plus. So now I've got these 4 negatives plus these 6 pluses. So now what kind of happens? Well, when we combine them, doesn't a negative and a plus cancel each other out? So let's start working on that. If we get rid of this minus, that cancels out that plus. This minus cancels out that plus. This minus cancels out that plus. And this minus cancels out this plus. So what are we left with? We're left with these 2 pluses. So I'm going to write those down. Plus and plus. And this is my answer. Okay? So again, just recapping real quick. When you have a plus and a minus, those can cancel each other out. So all we did was get rid of those, and that left us with these 4, which we wrote down here. Then we took this plus and added it to these pluses. So we're doing everything inside these parentheses, and that gave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we wrote all these down here, and we had 6 pluses. Now we have to combine these 4 negatives to these 4 pluses. Each negative cancels out one of these pluses. And that just left us with 2 pluses, and that's how we got there. Okay? So now I want you to go and do number 7 and see if you can do that one. And then please check with the teacher to make sure you did it right. Okay?